Hello, my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between June 1st and June 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Cyril Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. And I call the Divine with love and light. And I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. So, I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So, I also want to take the chance to tell you that Mars will transit from Gemini to Cancer June 1st, opposing Saturn that's going retrograde in Sagittarius. Venus will move from Aries to Taurus during this period and will be triangling Saturn and will have a sextile connection to Mars during all this time. Where were I? We will also have the full moon in Sagittarius, 9th of June, and Mercury moves from Taurus to Gemini. Jupiter in Libra is triangling the Sun. Jupiter have been moving retrograde and will continue doing so until June 10 when it's going to station. So, I will just tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Aries, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So, the now is probably the first half of June 2017, but whenever you watch this, is probably the exact right time to see it. You can also check the reading again later on, and you might find out more clues as time passes by. Okay, so the first card here is King of Coins. So King of Coins is talking about stability. It's a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo person, but it can be any kind of person. It's probably you. It's like being the sole provider for your family, or being very good with creating like stability for yourself and money and security, safety, being very grounded, being very calm and cool, and also having a lot of authority. King of Coins is kind of a farmer, healer, doctor, things like this. Working with tangible things, can also be working like with their hands or craftsmanship. So King of Coins is also a little bit, maybe if he has a bad side, it's being overprotective and having trouble going outside his comfort zone, building high walls against other people because he thinks that they are dangerous, kind of. So, King of Coins there. The next card for you here in the past is the Star card. So it seems like the King of Coins is being guided by the Divine here. And the Star card is it's something about your structure, it's something about your foundation. We have a lot of planets moving retrograde, and they kind of shake your stability. Here with the Star card, we see that the Tower has previously fallen. Number 16 is the Tower. This is number 17, the Star card. And this is like a man living in a tower. So it might be that something with your reality or your stability has been shifting a little bit. Something with your foundation needs to be kind of checked out. You can have this very symbolically also with a different thing going on with maybe your house or your car. So know that these things are also symbolic, because your house is kind of your the body where the soul roams, but a car is how you travel with your body through your life. So it's different aspects of you. So if you have house trouble or car trouble, also check out what those symbols can be pointing to. It can be different things. It can be having problem with the AC in the car. It might be that you have a little problem with either too cold or too warm, or having trouble with keeping like a level thermostat when it comes to your feelings, maybe. But this is something with your ground stability. We are working here on your ground stability. We'll see what's happening here. So the next card is the Four of Coins. It was pointing out when I was shuffling your cards. We have Venus moving from Aries to Taurus during this period. So actually from your sign to Earth, and this is very earthy. So it might be something within love, because the Star card is sometimes people that you are working together with in this lifetime. Like you have written a soul contract with them that you will go down and learn those kind of things. And here it seems to be about stability, safety, boundaries, being able to make people feel safe, to include people in your soul family, not keeping them on an arm's length distance, but actually including them and making them feel safe too. So it's like widening this perspective a little bit. And for those of you that has trouble with power and authority and putting up boundaries, maybe your walls are collapsing all the time because you can't, you're not proud enough, you don't have enough self-control or self-respect to be able to keep your boundaries intact, then this could be talking about you needing more healthy boundaries. The Star card is about healing, healthy foundation, so you won't be rocked so much. If you have taken a decision, it's your decision, and don't let anyone talk you out of it or manipulate you into doing something else. It might also mean that you have too much control, that you're too much like anal and try to fix everything in a certain kind of order, and if you don't do it, it won't be done in the right kind of way, and it's very like controlling. It's the ego tower here, very obviously tower. 4 is foundation of a tower, and King of Coins live in a very like gated community, and here we're talking about a collapsed tower that needs to be built again from the beginning. So really something about your ground stability. Ground stability is how you get your money, your closest family and friends, your house, your car, tangible things. It's also your stability within yourself, like to be able to be grounded no matter what happens, to not like blow off your fuse or like just erupt like a volcano, but being more leveled, more having self-control and not being so dramatic. It might be this, that you're supposed to be more grounded. Here we have a little 7 of Swords, so it might be that you have like mice in your house or something. I have ants moving in, not that, small creatures, ants. Anyway, moving in. It's springtime here in Sweden, so they usually move in at this time, and they are kind of everywhere. They build their little homes in my flower pots. And this is, of course, this 7 of Swords energy, things coming into your house, things coming in here to your safe haven. This is what you have built up for yourself to make you feel safe. So it might be some kind of challenge, like people are challenging you. Some troubled people is often trouble. They are supposed to be troubled. They are supposed to do things that you don't really like. So you are supposed to be challenged and be like be able to overcome challenge, be able to overcome problems, and not let this. I feel like some of you is like kind of grinding your teeth. You don't want more problems. You don't want more things like challenging your life, but life is challenges. It's constant challenges. The key here is kind of to not be so like disturbed by those challenges. Try to not next time there comes a challenge and you get like all upset, try to be more leveled and grounded and like, okay, this have happened, it's this situation, you can't change it. Maybe your porch window broke or something, and you need to just, okay, so what do I need to do? I need to check my bank account that I have money enough, and I will call someone that will come and fix my window. Okay, so that was what you needed to do. There was no reason to get like angry or agitated by this, or feel threatened, or feel like someone is always coming in and things are happening to me that's challenging, and I feel like I want to I just want everything to be as it has always been. I don't want changes. I don't want interruptions. I don't want things to break. I don't want things to change. I don't want things to, everything should be in the right kind of order. It's like, it's a little bit like this. So with the Seven of Swords, it's always challenges that's coming in and kind of making us see something more. They want us to be able to see ourselves, our own reactions. That's why we are being exposed to different contrasting situations, difficult situations, to be able to have like better and better reactions for it, and to eventually be like, whatever happens, happens. It's like being able to put yourself in a mindfulness state where you are here and now, like having this beautiful rock foundation. We have here is Taurus, the fate card. It's about having belief and so I think this is much about you creating a state of mindfulness, creating a state where you are very grounded, like being rock stable, not caring about the past, not making stories about the past, not being in anticipation for the future, not controlling things and events, just going with the flow. Whatever happens, you just deal with it in a calm demeanor, no drama. And also don't take things personally. Things will challenge you. People will challenge you. Difficult people, unconscious people, people trying to steal your stuff. It might be like actually this, whatever that's threatening your security. But it's just challenging you to see what your ground beliefs are, because this is the Faith card here. So it's saying that no matter, even if your house, like that, it's not there anymore, it was taken by this wind here, it was maybe a tornado came, and took your house, and you're still you, okay? So it's this that you are going to be challenged with, that you can lose everything and still have everything, because everything that is you. It's you and your experience and your relationships. It's not so much like what you own or what you have that makes your life comfortable and secure. It's not supposed to be very comfortable and secure. It's supposed to be challenging, so you grow all the time, growing. It's like this little seed that wants to come through the earth. It can't come through the earth if it doesn't have this will to grow. And the earth is black. It doesn't even know where it's supposed to go, but it goes by instincts up towards the light. It doesn't even know that the light is there. It's just following its instinct, its DNA blueprint, and eventually it will like emerge out in the sun, and it will be like a little plant. But still, it needs to be challenged like this. I think we are going through kind of this dark period right now. We don't really know where the light is. We still need to follow our gut feelings. And you have a lot with Taurus here, and Capricorn. So I think this is about, we have Pluto moving retrograde in Capricorn, Taurus. We have Venus moving into Taurus, and it's triangling Saturn. Saturn is a very strict teacher, bringing up all impurities, and Saturn is actually going retrograde in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about what do you want to do with your life? Are you satisfied? Is there something else that you want? I think this your past here looks very like well arranged, almost too well arranged, and that's why this challenge come here, because structures, when it gets too stiff, it's not alive anymore. It's like living forever, being immortal. There's no development, there's no children being born, no one is growing up, no one is changing. Everything is like the same always. And we have the Emperor card. We have the 4 coins here is connected to the Emperor, number 4. And the card that's connected also with Emperor is number 13, Death. So whenever we have a rigid structure like this, it always wants to be challenged by death, like being torn apart and build up again, and torn apart and build up again. We can see this with civilizations like big empires. Where are they now? They are just gone. And the house that your great grandparents lived in, where is it now? Probably gone. And so everything it's just here, and it's being like seen, and then it's going again. This is it's like a beautiful like fairy tale of a man that lived forever. And when he went to a certain location and he met a farmer there, and he said, how long has this farmland been here? And he said, it has been here forever. And he came back like 400 years later, and he said, how long has this lake been here? He asked a man that was standing there, and they say, well, the lake has been here forever. And 400 years later, he approached what was now a city, and he asked, how long has this city been here? It's the same place, still the same place. It's just coming back to the same place. First farmland, then a lake, and now it's a town, and it has been there forever, accordingly with this inhabitants in this. So I think you have this view of things that they are going to last forever, but they don't. They are always going to change. And what you need then is like your pure self, your pure soul, faith, like your this you can see this burning light here. It's like a little soul. You have this burning light inside of you as well. This is the Kundalini energy. So you have your soul with you. And whenever a body dies, when a person dies, their body becomes cold. The soul isn't longer there. The blood isn't longer pumping. So you have gone somewhere else. You have an eternal flame, like an eternal life, but not in this body, not in this shape and form. So try to maybe come outside your comfort zone a little bit. Underneath the King of Coins, we have Two of Coins. So Two of Coins is like you don't really like to get outside your comfort zone, because it makes you feel like up and down with your emotions, and probably you don't like your emotions. Two of Coins, this is Jupiter in Capricorn. We actually have Jupiter going retrograde in Libra right now. In Capricorn we have Pluto going retrograde, and this is about karma. This is about like something repeating in your life over and over again. You have some beautiful hope here that it will fix itself, but it's like the Fool here. It won't fix itself. You are going to have to do changes, real true changes. You can't stay in the shape of form that you have been in. You need to do beautiful profound changes to change also your life situation. So Two of Coins is step-by-step change, being challenged like with a snake of time that's kind of coming here and wants things to change. And it's like a little bit roller coaster with your emotions. So you don't like change because you don't like your emotions. So you need, of course, to approach and start to befriend your emotions, to learn their telepathic language, because emotions are frequencies and vibrations and energies. It's a language from another world. It's a language from our world. It's just like it's a sense that we don't have. Exact like these maggots and being down in the earth together with this seed. They only have two senses, and they don't know about anything else, as you don't know about this telepathic skill that calls emotions. You know about it, you have heard about it, you have felt this stomach feeling, the gut feeling here. It's you getting agitated or upset when things get out of hand, or you need to step outside your comfort zone. Then you feel this feeling, and it's saying to you, well, back off, back into your tower, stay there, it's the safest place. But actually you're supposed to follow that feeling instead, and being with that uncomfortable feeling. That's what courage is, to confront your feeling, being in it, and doing the dangerous thing anyway. This is how we grow. It's very beautiful. The next card underneath the star card is Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is this, it's a bit of a sadness actually, because it's like you feel that you have to fight all the time. It's new challenges and new things, and you always have to struggle. And what you have been struggling with is this line of wands. It's like a border. It's like it's a little bit what people put outside their cave or in the entrance to the cave, so bears and wolves and other predators won't come in. I think that you always strive to put those boundaries, like trying to keep bad people out. But with the Nine of Wands, there's a danger here that you are actually becoming like those people or those predators that you want to keep out. You want to keep them out, because Nine of Wands is a person that has been heartbroken and burned by life. They have been through difficult situations and they have survived. But the thing that survived, the you that survived, is a broken you. And a you that's very skeptic against other people, and have a lot of barriers in your life, like to protect yourself. And this protection is kind of keeping other people out, because you are very suspicious of them and you think that everyone is going to be like the next perpetrator doing things against you. So you're keeping yourself safe and sheltered, and you might be a little bit aggressive to intruders, and you might have like a sharp high voice and try to put people in the right place immediately so they won't like nose up and start to threaten you. So what you're doing is actually starting to act in the way that those people did that once hurt you. And this is what happens. This is how the social inheritance is being inheriting through the generations. Like it's going sometimes from father to son, or from parents to children in different ways, so mother to daughter, and sometimes it's also skipping one generation and it comes for the next one. So look at the things that you don't like about the people that once hurt you, and see how you are acting in the same way maybe towards other people right now, just to protect yourself. Of course, you don't want to be like those people that once hurt you, but when we are in a protective state like this, we often behave exactly like that, because we are becoming warriors, and we are becoming like very we want to protect ourselves. We are going to fight to the last drop of blood, and no one is going to be able to hurt us in the way that we were hurt before. So this is something that needs to be healed. Like the last event of the Tower is probably something that's recycling here again and again. Might have been the same story for like 10,000 years or more. It's like a long story again and again. And this time you're supposed to build like boundaries that actually are founded in self-love and also love for others, because you are needing to protect yourself this strong because you feel fragile. But when you have been able to actually face your feelings of different situations, you will become much more brave and much more grounded. And whatever other people do, it won't really matter to you. You won't be upset. You won't be dramatic about it. And if people act dramatic towards you, you are going to be very conscious and aware, and like being able to stay calm in that kind of situation. This is what's needed to come instead of this kind of situation that we have here. This is the High Priestess, so this is what I'm talking about. The High Priestess, she's totally emerged in those feelings that you are so afraid of. Her soul has gone down in her body. We have the High Priest here, actually the Fate card, and the High Priestess is there. So her soul has gone down. The Kundalini energy has gone down in her body. You can feel the warmth in your hands and feet. Many human doesn't have their soul totally integrated. It's not like a big supernatural thing to have your soul in your body. All animals have it without any difficulties, but we humans, we are so afraid. We are afraid because we remember our past, and we are afraid to relive it in our tomorrow. So we are very afraid, and therefore the soul really doesn't want to dip their toes down in this body that's so tense and scared, and have this blockage here. But here you are totally immersed in your feelings. So the clue here is to go into your feelings, to feel them, because if you are not scared about your feelings anymore, if you can be able to put out the red carpet to it and invite your soul in and feel everything like that's inside of you. She's in a temple here. The temple is your body. It's the house of your soul. So feel everything that's there. Go to the most uncomfortable feeling and stay with that. Sorry for my dog. And stay with that because it's going to be the key to your here and now state. This high priestess, she is here and now. You can see she has actually Taurus symbol in her forehead. It's a lot with earth with you right now. So Taurus is the age that were like when Hinduism were born, and monotheism in the Egyptian religion, also the different, it was a very shamanistic Egyptian religion, a lot of animal gods, and equally female and male, so there was some kind of balance there between the feminine and the masculine. But the last 4,000 years or so, we have more been emerged in this authority that you're supposed to be like this. You're supposed to have no feelings. You're supposed to be an authority. You're supposed to have like borders, keep bad people out. This is something else. This is much more profound. It's much more divine. This is you stepping down in your feelings, not being afraid of them anymore. And here's your past. It's your experience. You can check it out. It's not everything that's you. You are here and now, like now. And here is the past, so you can check that out. Like, okay, this is a repeating situation, something that comes again and again in your life, that you feel the need to defend yourself or fight against some kind of threat that's outside of you, but it's actually on the inside of you. So you can go through this experience of how you handled things before, and also how you wished that you would have handled those things, and try something new this time. Try maybe that brave thing that you weren't able to do before and do it now. So this is how you use your past experience. This is like the Akasha Chronicles or the Torah or Bible or something. So it's like the foundation, like this fate card experience that we have done up till now. And then you have the seeds here, the seeds of the future. This is, in some legends, this is actually the apple. It's a pomegranate apple that Eve gave to Adam in the paradise garden, what actually kick-started human evolution, that our consciousness became like this. Animals, they can see a little bit in the past and a little bit in the future, but human beings, we can dwell on it like for years on end. What happened to us when we were 3 years old, or when we were not 9, or what our father did to us, or what our mother did to us, or what someone else did to us. And we can dwell upon this like and destroy our whole life with those memories, like fighting a ghost and trying to keep ourselves safe. Animals are not like that. They can mourn their dead and come back to the place where with elephants, they can come back to the skeleton of their dead friend like years later and still remember, but they are not like dwelling in it. They are giving the homage. They know that this individual meant a lot, but it's not here anymore. It's gone. So going on living their life, not really like dwelling in this. In the same way as human beings do. So we got this ability to see our past, to remember our past and envision our future. The pomegranate has a lot of seeds. It's like a lot of seeds that you can send out and make. You can have goals, you can have visions, ideas, and this is creating your future. We also have the owl here for wisdom. It's your thoughts, and here's your feelings. That's also tools. They are not you. They are just your tools that you can be using to sometimes your thoughts can be like angel radio. It can be the same thought repeating. Write it down. Don't save it in your head. It would just take capacity out of your limited memory. Write it down. Have a journal. Write it down and leave it be. Go back to the feeling of your body, because that will ground you and put you like here and now and invite the soul in. You also have the moon here, the subconscious, like our common experience. Like we have a memory that's for everyone, It's everything that you have ever lived through is stored here in the moon, and the moon is pulling on your water, so it's like it's having a better memory than you do. It's have better memory than your awakened logic memory. The owl here, it remembers everything. That's why you get this stomach ache as soon as you go outside your comfort zone, because you know that that's where you got challenged. You have like backed off into your tower and stay there really safe, because every time you go out, you get the stomach ache, because you know that outside is comfort zone, anything can happen. And anything are supposed to happen, and you are supposed to be able to feel those feelings and still doing this thing, still being alive, not becoming like an immortal old vampire sitting in your tower and living forever and nothing ever changes. And here we have the Emperor as well. That's actually you. That's Aries, the head. And you have the sun here as your symbol, the eagles. This is how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be this visionary person with the soul totally integrated, and some visionary ideas and stubborn energy to be actually creating those ideas in your life. It's another 4. So you have the 4 here as well. It's a lot of boundaries here. It's a lot of walls, and you have the 7 of Swords over this Emperor. So it's something that you're skipping. It's something that you're too afraid to see. It's probably have to do with your subconscious and your knowledge of things. You're just trying to, I don't want to go there. I take a drink instead, or I go out and run my course, or I zap on my TV or look at my mobile phone. I don't want to see this. I don't want to. So it's something where you're not brave enough to actually look at it. And you need to be brave enough to actually look at it. It's probably the moon. It's probably some depression lurking around, and it wants to be, it wants to have your attention, because it's kind of enchanted forest where you're supposed to go and go through, like stay with the feelings, go through with it and be cleansed. So we see here the moon symbol in this surrounding you, the sun Emperor here together with the Fate card. So it's very masculine here, 4 and 5. We'll see the next card. It's a 2 of Wands, so you don't really want to go there. You don't really want to open this Pandora's box. It's a 2. It's a 2 here. So you want to keep this sense of having control and being on top of the world, and skipping the things that's scary, like going outside your comfort zone or looking at what's really is, like the truth of things. You don't want to do that. You just want to keep like status quo in some matter, but you are going to be forced to make a decision here and to step forward. You can't stay in this. It's like a no man's land here. Something new is coming. It wants you to find a new solution. It wants you to do something different this time. And you have both the 2, 4 and 5 here. So it's about basic human, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and like this. I think you are feeling safe on top of the world, but actually you need to dive deep into your feelings. This is going to make you even stronger, like more emotionally mature, more loving, more caring, more alive, more vivid. But you're still scared, and it's okay. You don't have to do this immediately. You just need to start like sensing it, dipping your toes in the water here, starting to feeling something, checking out what it is that you are protecting yourself so fiercely against. Like, what is it that you don't want to see? What is it that you're skipping? So you can start with this. Just see it. You don't have to do anything about it as long as you are this scared. But you really need to look. It's something with your foundation that's not really thoroughly worked at. You have been feeling like, well, I came to this state, I have built this floor, I have built this wall for myself, everything is fine, I don't want to check the foundation. I don't want to go down in the basement and see what's there. But I think you need to. Okay, so this was in the now, and this is in the future. So here you have the Hermit. The Hermit is it's a card about kind of differ yourself from society. You have both. Here you have the Hermit, then you have the High Priestess and the High Priest. So it's very spiritual here. It's like you're going on a spiritual quest inside yourself, deeper into yourself, also back to those memories that might haunt you a little bit, and staying with them. I think I sense a lot of, like, there's a lot of forgiveness need to be done here. You don't have to forgive the actual action and you like what the person did to you. You don't have to forgive the person either, but it's very healthy for you to be able to forgive the person and see that they did this out of unconsciousness, and also see your own unconsciousness, like how you are bringing the torch into the future, like the torch of this madness and unconsciousness into the future. Here it needs to be replaced by something else, like self-realization. And you need to go through this change. Like, this is a person living very, like, safe in the society, indoors with walls and all materialistic things that he can possibly need. But here comes some change. Maybe you should benefit from selling off a little bit of your mansions. I know that you don't have mansions, but imagine, like, selling off a bit of your stuff, declutter your life a little bit, taking, like, you might like to take a lot of responsibility, but maybe you need less of it now because you're going into a more spiritual realm of your life. This is a person like living outdoors or maybe in a cave. It's almost like a teenager moving away from home, moving away from this safe place, because he needs to define himself and find out who he is and why he's here and what's his true feelings, and also being able to stand on the mountaintop and seeing things from above, as the Emperor is able to do with the birds of prey here. And this is, the Hermit is actually like checking this out, checking out this thing, what's going on, like where do I avoid things, what am I avoiding to do? If a person asks me, can we do this, and I say no immediately, why is that? What is that? What is going on with me? What is it that I don't want to see? What is it that I shy away from? You will find your fears there, and this is a brave person that will actually be able to encounter their fears and go deep down in the darkness, that enchanted forest, and check it out and find beautiful things down there, like that it wasn't something to be scared about from the first place. Yes, and here we have the Fool, so that's a new beginning. So it's kind of purifying yourself from the old memories of what has been, and being more like having more faith, becoming more like pure and honest and vulnerable, like more naive, like taking, not judging people the first time you see them, but actually let them prove themselves to you, becoming more open and more vulnerable and more adventurous, being able to step outside a comfort zone. So that is what will happen when you heal from this old wound that you have, that you have been protecting yourself so fiercely from. So the Fool, it's something you are doing here that's very like grounded, because it's the Fool, the High Priestess, Emperor, Fate card, you have the Hermit, you have the Stars as well. That's a little bit higher, but all the other cards is very like basics about taking in your soul, being able to have boundaries, or here coming, like being able to embrace new adventures and doing things that makes you happy, and actually maybe set aside those responsibility. I said sell a lot of stuff because you don't want to have so much responsibility here in the future. You want to be more free to follow your own road here. And that doesn't mean like freed from relationships or things, even if I don't see so much relationships here, and you have 9 here and 4. So it might be that you have actually alienated a lot of people in your life, or maybe you are too scared to be amongst people. And so it's good, because when we are going through this spiritual awakening state here, and understanding deeper and deeper truths about ourselves, sometimes we really need to be alone, because this is not a journey someone else can follow us on. we can be challenged by them, so we will wake up even more. Here you have a little Page of Swords, and it comes here with a King of Coins and 9 of Wands. So I think this is going back to the your original wound. Have been very suspicious about people. Probably you came down like a very smart kid and you saw things, and the grown-up said, no, that's not it, you are wrong, it's not that in that way at all. And you started to doubt either the grown-ups saying this to you because you know that they were wrong, or you started to doubt yourself, or both in worst case scenario. So here you need to go back to that inner child. It's typical inner child work here, and it's a rather bitter inner child. It's an inner child that has been wronged and feel like they have been unjustly treated, and from now on it seems like you are going to be very direct, and start maybe protecting your inner child and aligning with your inner child, no matter what it will cost you. It's like you need to do this. It's like a liberation process. It's like you finally get the grown-up person in your life, the high priestess here, the awakened you. You are awake now, so to take care of this child that the grown-ups when you were growing up weren't able to, and now you need to do this. So it can come to different expressions. Maybe you're going to be more sharp with your tongue and actually telling the truth in different situations. It might also be that you're going to be more protective of the weak in society, like you will go in and protect them, like very fiercely here, like a warrior. You have here also the very masculine. So I think you will install like a more beautiful, divine masculinity in your life that's actually taking care of the weak ones, not trample upon them or using them or victimizing them, but actually protecting them. It's going to start with you protecting you, and then from the foundation you are going to learn to protect everyone that needs your help and needs to be protected in the name of justice, because the Page of Swords is it's very just. It's all about truth and justice, and revealing like all lies, seeing things with their penetrating eyes. You were like this when you came, but you might have changed because of the consequences of being like this. Having those visions, seeing this is very visionary. And here it's a person not having any visions at all, just want to stay in their fort or their castle. The next card is the King of Swords. King of Swords is Aquarius. You also have Aquarius here, and we have the Emperor in between. So Aquarius has been going into the South Node. It's talking about our suspiciousness, becoming more like naive, becoming more forgiving, becoming more like we are indestructible. We are going to act more like we are not afraid anymore about people hurting us, because we are so rock solid in ourselves when we have worked on our foundation that no one will be able to make our feelings be sad because something someone else have done. Because you are going to feel like, well, I can't control them anyway, and I don't take things that they do out of their conscious level personally. So what are they going to be able to do to you? Nothing. So you're going to become very much more pure and honest and self-assured and aligned and calm, and be able to see any truth that comes along without problem. You can face it head on. It's not going to kill you because you have become much more brave. And this is the King of Swords is the one it's like your male father archetype, being like a bit controlling, like grounding you if you're out with the wrong crowd, or telling you that girl is only problem for you, or things like this. So it's a father that you might not like them when you are a little child like this, but you need this person in your life. You need them to shelter you, take care of you, and like protect you, and they respect you and they love you and they want you to have this beautiful future. So this is how you can use this, like the past and the future, to take care, to be caring, not to be afraid, but to be caring, responsible and caring. The King of Swords can sometimes be over controlling, And with those, it's like, well, some of you will have still problems with seeing the truth, but the King of Swords really have the ability to start doing this. I have dreamt on this archetype, and it's like 3 meters tall mummy with a sword that's much more taller than me. So it's a very like an old beautiful archetype. It's like like almost like Watchers of the Earth archetype that's going to side with you here. It's very beautiful. With this, see, this little child has the Hermit and the King of Swords flanking. So finding the truth, and then making like very grounded, wise judgment calls. It's coming here also from this divine femininity. So it's a very beautiful connection, like no one is above the other. It's very beautifully like the same energy, like very transsexual here. It's very the same wisdom coming through all those cards here. So it's very divine. It's from your soul, and it's going to be very helpful for you in whatever problematic situation you're in, because you're not going to see it as so much a problem anymore. And here you have another 4, of course. You have 4 coins, 4 Emperor, and 4 of Cups. So it's still this a little bit inability to go out and stretch outside your comfort zone and go after your dream. You still think that it's a little bit hopeless. It's like you are a lost cause. It's no idea. You are not going to get this what you want anyway. Someone has taught you this very early on in life, so you have kind of given up. And this is what have made you in this warrior mood, because of course you want still you want to fight for your right to be alive, but you have also settled, like, okay, I will live in a desert for the rest of my life, or I will live without love, or I will live without connection, or I will live without friends, or I will live without money, or whatever you have decided that you are forced to live without. It's like your needs can't be met. You have found this square. This is what you can have. Maybe a roof over your head, food, water, material things, but something else is missing, and I guess it's love. We don't see much love here. So true love and connection is still for you to find, but what you need to find is yourself first. So when you find yourself, you find love, because they are the same. So wisdom of the hidden realms for you. Let's see what's going on with Aries. How can we help you? Okay. We have the Arrow Master here, so you need to understand this, because in other case you will be so disappointed again that when you try to take those seeds here and create something new and you don't get it immediately, you will be very disappointed and you will turn back and say, well, it didn't work. So what you need to do is, whenever you send away a seed, an intention, maybe flirting with someone, or asking a friend if you can have dinner together, or asking your mother if you can go for a walk, and they say no, and you just, well, you don't care anymore, so they said no. The Arrow Master is about hitting the mark, having an intention, and then detach. Okay, so if you want more friends, you need to send a lot of arrows, and some will hit the mark and some won't. You need to detach from that this bringing back of the gift. You are so afraid of the disappointment that you are not being able to just send away the seeds. And it's okay, of course, an ego thing. If you always want the reward for everything you do, that's ego. If you don't want to be humiliated, if you don't want to make mistakes, if you don't want to feel ashamed, if you don't want to be like ridiculously made or something like this, like someone saying, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to go on a date with you, that's ego. And if you are like see every nice girl or boy on the street that you want to go on a date with and say to them like, you're hot, could we meet up? Do you want my phone number? That's actually very good for killing the ego. It's very good for inviting your soul. So do that. It could be a good thing. And here you have the Eagle King, so the big picture and angelic help. So they see where you are going. They see also where your arrows are flying. And they also see above the mist and they fly over the clouds. It's those birds of prey again. We saw them with this, here it's actually a magpie, here's maybe eagles, and here it's an angel. So different state of this, but still this oversight, being able to see things from above the clouds, being able to see where your road is going. So your helpers, they see everything, and they also see that you are almost there. You are shooting the arrow, you're being like getting hopes up finally, and then the things doesn't come back to you immediately, and you get like sulky and stay in your comfort zone again. And they saw that just like 3 months ahead of time, you were actually going to meet this man or woman of your dreams, but you weren't able to because you went back to this desert state where you gave up and you thought like, well, there's no one out there for me, or I'm never going to have this career that I wanted, or I will give up. So they want to tell you this, that please don't give up. They are also putting in a lot of effort into this, and try to have a little bit more positive expectations and dream a little bit more like with good things coming out of it, not just thinking like this will go to hell. I might as well give up just now. Think more positively, and even if it doesn't go well, you're supposed to be challenged. So this is how you grow, and this is how you grow to becoming a soul instead of an ego. So that's good. Okay, we'll see what has happened to you to make you this little bit protected and afraid to go out in the real world. Okay, so you might have lived like a monk or nun in an earlier lifetime, and those are so you wanted to reach the divine through saying no to things. And so you think that maybe this is the only way, that you're supposed to say no to everything you need. And you're supposed to be very, it might be also that you have been very well raised, so to speak, like you're supposed to be well behaved and do things and not crave so much for yourself. So you have become like modest, and you live in this monastery, I guess, and without... it's not like a full life. It's it might be an admirable life, like you have all those spiritual here, the hermit, the high priestess, the high priest. So I think they were trying something. They were trying to reach God through their minds, and that's not going to happen because your spirit is in your body. So you need to go deeper and deeper into your body and your emotions and yourself, and being here and now in the body and accepting whatever is, and that will be your connection to the divine. So they tried a thing that were rather impossible, because whatever the thing you will find here is just a lot of thoughts, and it will be rather boring and not having any connection with the divine at all. It might have been something going on here. I see the star card and the tower here. It might be something like a monastery or something being maybe trashed or destroyed. Anyway, so something that you loved might have been like destroyed. Something where you felt safe. So you're trying to get back these safe feelings. And here you have the ships. So ships is about relationships. It's about moving over water. And a monk and a nun, they are supposed to like not have to deal with that. So they are not supposed, they don't have to. So the thing that would actually make you grow is relationships, because they are going to make you feel your feelings and make your heart beat in your body and make you feel like all other people, they are like all trouble, challenges, and yes, and this is how you grow with that messy thing that calls love. So your relationship is the key, not being a monk or a nun and living alone in a castle or a monastery and just dreaming about love and connection. So for some of you, I would advise actually to go on dates. You can just go on dates, having like a movie or a dinner. You don't have to have serious relationships in this stage. Just start dating a little bit, extend your the people in your life, getting in more people anyway. And also maybe not shy away from your friends and things to be done. You might feel like your energy level is a little bit low, but try to do funny things anyway, because those things are actually going to give you back your energy. Okay, so my dear Aries, I hope this helped, and I want you to take really good care. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again in the middle of June. Okay, bye bye.